What's going on YouTube? This is going to be another weekly challenge guide. This is going to be my first time looking at this one as well. I took yesterday off stream, so I didn't get a chance to check this one out. So we're going to look at it now and kind of go from there. Seems like it's been a relatively good challenge in terms of its ability to get high score. Right, 390 is very high up, which tells me that either there's a lot of RNG or the person built really badly for the wave, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at. It looks like we got a brute, pack, snail, and a mole. Okay. First things first, I'm just going to drop all my units down, see what we're looking at for what we have for units. Yes. Kind of go from there. A lot. They heavily invested in iron scales. My goodness. We got a bunch of these guys. Another. These, two of these. Okay. So first things first, I'm looking at this. I'm gonna take my ranged units. I'm gonna place them up front, as per usual. Right, like we want that extra second or two of shooting. I'm actually going to place these guys in front of the star caller, because the star caller gets usually a little less range. Right, so I want these guys up front. We're then going to check to see where we're at in terms of split. We're going to want it in the star caller circle. So I'm feeling we're probably going to want to go like here-ish. And we've got a Titan, so let's just say we're tightening. Wait, iron scales or badger here? Maybe we can like one of these guys. Let's just tighten the star caller for now. This is more of a throw it at the wall and see if it sticks type deal. I'm not saying this is like the preferred way to do it, just an idea. We're going to set this guy up front to add a little bit more of a split. And we're gonna go I guess like this to protect those guys. Something, I'm not sure. Just throwing it at the wall, see what sticks. The first run is usually kind of a situation like that. It looks like we're doing pretty well already. It's tough to say though, with range units. You never know how you're doing until you get hit in the mouth. So we are leaking. Okay. Well, I already know one thing I messed up. My split was kind of bad. So we can reset that right away. What's our score going to be? 54. Okay, first shot wasn't too bad. What we can do is we can take these guys and probably run them over here at about this range. That will give us a little bit more of a split, an actual split I should say, and should benefit us a little bit. Less is going on the back line. The problem now though is that so much goes right onto our back line here, so I can reset this a little bit differently. And the problem is that mask pulls everything too far to the right, or left, excuse me, and not enough like towards the right. So we're going to try it like this. I want a lot of the units I think to go and split, honestly. That might be too much though again. Actually, doesn't look too bad. We'll get about 59%, not 100% like I'd like, but about 59. Oh, Julian, oh Julian. Leaking like normal. Okay. So one thing we can try doing, and this is actually something I thought about initially, If we try putting our big tanks in the split side and our baby tanks on the left side here, we might actually have a decent output. The idea here for me, I'm going to sell this so I don't have Titan on it. I don't want Titan on that. I'm going to put Titan on something like the Badger and split. Right, because we're pulling only a handful of units to the left. Everything else goes right, which is fine. It's not like we necessarily are worried too much about our split dying, right? Or excuse me, our DPS dying in this situation. It's pretty slow death. Hellraiser took really good aggro for an extended period of time there. That's nice for me. This looks pretty promising. This probably is a full hold. Yep. Looks to be a full hold. This pack later can be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but this looks pretty solid. There you go, 100%. I think what you could theoretically do here is you could maybe adjust the split to get a little bit more aggro on the left-hand side, maybe throw another tank on the left. But I'm going to run this back one more time, see if we get another 100. If that's the case, we're looking good. Ooh, we got Mole to come on left side this time. That actually is both good and scary. Alright, because the faster I kill Mole, the better. Yeah, so this setup is looking pretty good. It looks like we're going to hold again. So, if you want 100 in the challenge, I think this is a great way to do it. Realistically, you just need over 59. I think there's some principles that can be taken away here, though. And I'm going to try to continue to do this going forward every week to just explain why I did this. I have my DPS units in the Zeus, Starcaller, etc. up front because it gives me a little bit more time to deal DPS, right? If you look at, I don't know if I can pull it up. I can't really. Anyway, if you look at what Julian did in that build, he had a lot of his DPS in the back line rather than the front, which again in turn makes you weaker on the waves that are not range. And I think this is going to be a good thing to keep in mind when it comes to the new unit as well, which we'll be testing and uploading videos on soon. You get more DPS time on Starcaller, Plasma Rifle, whatever, Zeus. You see these units have a lot more DPS because they're sitting up front. They're able to damage for longer. I'm able to make both Starcaller and Hellraiser partially tank, which then in turn makes it so that I'm sitting more comfortable than in these coming waves. Comfortable in terms of my DPS, right? The backline is tanking, right? The backline tanks the majority of the way. These guys are going to take some aggro. You have a slight split that leads down to your largest tanks. Outside of that, it's pretty much self-explanatory, I think. If you follow my positioning guide, you follow all those other guides that I've got out there, this should all make sense. I hope this video you found useful. Hope it helps you out in terms of getting your free 1,000 essence every week. Outside of that, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.